the 25th week of PLAGUESPEARE Company. You will notice that we have a slightly different environment here around us. We are performing live and in person together. Oh, and we're doing Merry Wives of Windsor.
What? Are we going?
We're going. And action.
Sir Hugh, persuade me not. I will make a Star Chamber matter of it. If he were 20 Sir John Falstaffs, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire.
In the county of Gloucester, justice of peace and quorum.
I, cousin Slender, and Castellorum.
I am Ratalorum too, and a gentleman born, master parson who writes himself Armagero in any bill, warrant, quittance, or obligation. Armagero.
That I do, and have done any time these 300 years.
All his successors gone before him have done it, and all his ancestors that come after him may. They may give him the dozen white luces in their coat.
It is an old coat.
The dozen white louses to become an old coat. Well, it agrees well, Passant. It is a familiar beast to man, and signifies love.
The loose is the fresh fish. The salt fish is an old coat.
I may quarter cause.
You may, by Mariah.
It is marring indeed, if he quarter it.
Not a whit.
Dear pray lady, if he has a quarter your coat, there is but 3 skirts for yourself. In my simple conjectures, and that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff has committed disparagement unto you, I am of the church, and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
Is it not beat the council to hear a riot? There is no fear of God in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of God, and not hear a riot. Take your viziments in that.
Ha! All my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it.
It is better that friends is the sword and end it. And there is also another device in my brain, which pre-adventure brings good discretion with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master George Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page? She has brown hair and speaks small like a woman.
It is that very person for all the world. As just you will desire, and 700 pounds of monies, and gold and silver is his grandshire upon his deathbeds. God deliver for the joyful resurrections give. When she is able to overtake 17 years old, it were a good notion if we were to leave our Primmels and Brambles and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did her grandsire leave her 700 pounds?
Aye, and her father is make her a pretty penny.
I know the gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
700 pounds and possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let us see honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a liar, as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight Sir John is there. I beseech you, be royal by your well-willers. I will pitch the door for Master Page. What ho! God bless your house.
Who's there?
Here's God's blessing, and your friend Justice Shallow. And here is young Master Slender, that premature shall tell you another tale, if matter grow to your liking.
I am glad to see your worships well. I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow.
Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good do it your good art. I wished your venison better, it was ill killed. How doth good Mistress Page? And I thank you always with my heart, with my heart.
Sir, I thank you.
Sir, I thank you. By yea and no, I do.
I am glad to see you, Master Slender.
How does your fellow greyhound, sir? I hear say he was outrun on Coxel.
It could not be judged, sir.
You shall not confess, you'll not confess.
He shall not. 'Tis your fault, 'tis your fault. 'Tis a good dog.
A cur, sir.
Sir, he's a good dog and a fair dog. Can there be more said? He is good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff here.
Oh, sir, he is within. And I could do a good office between you.
It is spoke as a Christian's ought to speak.
He hath wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he doth in some sort confess it.
If it be confessed, it is not redressed. Is that not so, Master Page? He hath wronged me, indeed he hath, as a word he hath. Believe me, Robert Shallow, Esquire, saith he is wrong.
Well, here comes Sir John.
Now, Master Shallow, you'll complain of me to the king?
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter?
A pin. This shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. There, that is now answered.
The council shall know of this.
Well, 'twere better for you if it were known in council. You'll be laughed at.
Parker Weber, Sir John. Good wort. Good worts.
Good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you and against your coney-catching rascals, Bardolph, Nym, and Pistol. They carried me to the tavern and made me drunk, and afterward picked my pockets.
You Banbury teeth.
Aye, 'tis no matter.
How now, Mephistopheles?
It is no matter.
Blythe, I say. Pocket, Blythe. Blythe, that's my humor.
Well, simple, my man. Can you tell, cousin?
Peace, I pray you. Now let us understand. There's 3 umpires in this matter. As I understand, that is Master Page, Elizabeth Master Page, and there is myself, Elizabeth myself, and 3 party is, lastly, and finally, mine host of the Garter.
We 3 to hear it and end it between them.
Very good. I will make a brief of it in my notebook, and we will afterward work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol! Oh, he hears with ears.
The devil in his tam! What phrase is this? He hears with ears? Why, it is affectations.
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
I by these gloves did he, or I wish I might never come in mine own great chamber again else. Of 7 groats in mill sixpences and 2 Edward shovel boards that cost me 2 shilling and 2 pence apiece of Yates Miller. By these gloves.
Is this true, Pistol? No, it is false if it is a pick purse. Ha, thou mountain foreigner! Sir John and Mastermind, I combat challenge this Latin Bilbo. Word of denial in thy labras here. Word of denial, froth and scum, thou liest.
By these gloves then 'twas he.
Oh, be advised, sir, and pass good humored. I will say merry track with you if you run the nut hook humored on me. That is the very note of it.
By this hat. Then he did in the red face had it, though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlet and John? Why, sir, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 senses.
It is his 5 senses. 5, what the ignorance is.
I mean, perhaps there was a cashiered, and so some conclusions from here.
Aye, you spake in Latin then too. But 'tis no matter. I'll ne'er be drunk whilst I live again, but in honest, civil, godly company for this trick. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God, and not with drunken knaves.
For God judge me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters denied, gentlemen. You hear it.
Oh, nay, daughters. We'll carry the wine in. We'll drink within.
Oh, heaven, this is Mistress and Page.
Sorry. How now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford, by my troth you are. Very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Why? Bid these gentlemen welcome. Come on. We have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen. I hope we shall all drink down all unkindness. All right.
That's a great idea.
I'll take 2.
I'll take 3. I had rather than 40 shillings, I had my book of songs and sonnets here. How now, Simple? Where have you been? I must wait on myself, must I? You have not the book of riddles about you, have you?
Book of riddles? Why did you not lend it to Alice Shortcake upon Old Hallowsmas last? A fortnight before Michaelmas.
Come, cuz. We stay for you. A word with you, cuz. Marry this, cuz. There is, a tender, a kind of tender made afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir. You shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that is reason.
Nay, but understand me.
So I do, sir.
Give ear to his motions, Master Slender. I will description the matter to you, if you be of capacity of it.
Nay, I will do as my cousin Shallow says. I pray you pardon me. He's a justice of peace in his country. Simple though I stand here.
But that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
Aye, there's the point, sir.
Marry it is, the very point of it, to mistress and maid.
Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demand.
But can you affection the woman? Let us command to know that of your mouth or of your lips, for diverse philosophers hold that the lips is the parcel of the mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your goodwill to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you, love her?
I hope, sir. I will do as it shall become one that would do reason.
Nay, God, Lord, and his ladies, you must be positable if you can carry your desires toward her.
That you must. Will you upon good dowry marry her?
I will do a greater thing than that upon your request, cousin, in any reason.
Nay, conceive me, sweet cuz. What I do is to pleasure you, cuz. Can you love this maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request. But if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance, when we are married and have more occasion to know one another, I hope upon familiarity will grow more content. But if you say, marry her, I will marry her. That I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
It is a very discretion answer. Save the fall of the old dissolutely. The old is, according to our meaning, resolutely. His meaning is good.
I think my cousin meant well.
Aye, or else I might be hanged.
Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your lordship's company.
I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
Will it please your worship come in?
No, I thank you forsooth heartily. I am very well.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I am not hungry. I thank you forsooth. Go, sirrah, for all you are my man. Go away upon my cousin Shallow. A justice of peace sometime may be beholding to his friend for a man. I keep but 3 men and a boy yet, till my mother be dead. But what though? Yet I live like a poor gentleman born.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till he comes.
In faith, I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much as though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I had rather walk here. I thank you. I bruised my shin the other day with playing at sword and dagger with a master of fence, 3 banies for a dish of stewed prunes, and by my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why do your dogs bark? Are there bears in the town?
Well, I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I shall as soon quarrel at it as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear, Lucy, are you not?
Aye, indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me now. I have seen Sackerson loose 20 times and taken him by the chain, but I warrant you, the women have so cried and shrieked at it that it passed. But women indeed cannot abide him. They are very ill-favored, rough things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come. We stay for you.
I'll eat nothing, I thank you, sir.
By cock and pie, you shall not choose, sir. Come on, come.
Nay, pray, you lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mistress Anne, yourself shall go.
Not I, sir. Pray, keep on.
Truly, I will not go first. Truly, la, I will not do you that wrong.
I pray you, sir.
I'll rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong indeed, la.
Go your ways, and ask of Dr. Caius' house which is the way, and there dwells one Mistress quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer, and his wringer.
Well, sir.
Nay, it is better yet, give her this letter, for it is a woman that altogether acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is to desire and require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you, be gone! I will make the end of my dinner, and there's the pippins and cheese. Come. Mine host of the Garter.
Oh, what says my bully rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
Oh, discard, bully Hercules. Cashier, let them wag. Cut. Cut.
I sit at 10 pounds a week.
Oh, thou art an emperor. Caesar. I will entertain Bardolph. He shall draw, he shall tap. Said I will, bully Hector.
Do so, good mine host.
I have spoken. Let him follow.
Let me see thee froth and lime. I am at a word. Follow. Bardolph, follow him. A tapster is a good trade. An old cloak makes a new jerkin. A withered serving man, a fresh tapster. Now, adieu. It is a life I have desired. I will thrive. Recycle this for me. Oh, base Hungarian blight. Thou sprigget wheel.
He would come and drink, if not the humor competed.
I am glad I am so acquit of this tinder box. His stuffs were too open. His filching was like an unskillful singer. He kept occupied.
What the good humor is to steal at a minute fresh.
Convey the wise call. Steal. Oh, FICO for the phrase.
Well, says, I am almost out at heels.
Why, then let the kibes ensue.
There is no remedy. I must coney catch. I must shift.
Young ravens must be must happen.
Which of you know Ford of this town?
I ken the white. He is of substance good.
My honest lads, I will tell you what I am about.
2 yards and more.
No quips now, pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist, 2 yards about, but I am now about no waste. I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife.
Oh.
I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style, and the hardest voice of her behavior, to be Englished rightly, is, I am Sir John Falstaff's.
He hath studied her well and translated her will out of honesty into English.
The anchor is deep. Will that humor pass?
Now the report goes she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legion of angels.
Oh, 'tis many devils entertain, and to her boy, I say.
The humor riseth. Oh, it is good. Humor me, the angels.
I have written here a letter to her. Letter! Thank you. Shh. No one can see it.
And here another to Page's wife. Who even now gave me good eyes too. Examined my parts with most judicious Iliads. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
Did they sun on dunghill shine?
I thank thee for that humor.
She did, of course, o'er my exteriors with such a greedy intention, that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Well, here's another letter to her. She bears the purse, too. She is a regent in Guyana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheaters to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies. I will trade to them both. Go bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lads. We will thrive.
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? Then Lucifer, take all!
I will run no base humor. Here, take the humor letter. I will keep behavior of reputation.
Hold, sirrah. Bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pennants to these golden shores. Rogues, hence, avaunt, vanish like hailstones. Go! Trot, plod away on the hoof. Seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French thrift, you rogues. Myself and skirted Page.
Like vultures grate thy guts, for gourd and fulham holds. And high and low beggarly, beggar beguiles the rich and poor. Tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lack, base Bulgarian Turk.
I have operations in my head which would be humors of a revenge.
Wilt thou revenge?
By Vulcan and her star.
With wit or steel?
With both humors, I will discuss the humor of this love to Page.
Oh, and I, to Ford, shall eke unfold how Falstaff borrow and vile, and his dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile.
My humor shall not cool. I will incense Page to deal with poison. I will possess him with yellowness, with the revolt of mine is dangerous. That is my true humor.
Thou art the Mars of malcontents. I second thee. Troop on!
Come on!
What? John Rugby! I pray thee, go to the casement and see if you can see my master, Master Dr. Caius, coming. If you do, in faith, and find anybody in the house, here will be an old abusing of God's patience and the King's English.
I'll go watch.
Go! And we'll have a posset for soon at night, in faith, at the latter end of the sea coal fire. An honest, willing, kind fellow as ever, servant shall come in the house withal. And I warrant you, no telltale nor breed bait. His worst fault is that he is given to prayer. He is somewhat peevish that way, but nobody but has his fault. But let that pass. Peter Simple, say you say your name is?
I, for fault of a better.
And Master Slender's your master.
I, forsooth.
Does he not wear a great round beard like a glover's paring knife?
No, forsooth he hath but little whey face with a little yellow beard, a cane country.
Softly sprited man, is he not?
Aye, forsooth, but he is a tall man, of his hands as any as between this and his head. He hath fought with a warrener.
How say you? Oh, I should remember him. Does he not hold up his head, as it were, and strut in his gait?
Yes, indeed, does he.
Well, heaven, send Anne Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Evans I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, And I wish...
Out! Alas! Here comes my master!
We shall all be shent. Run in here, good young man. Go into the closet. He will not stay long. What? John Rugby? John? What? John! I say! Go, John, go! Inquire for my master! I doubt he will not be well that he comes not home. And down, and down, down, down.
That is your scene. I do not like this choice. Pray go and fetch me in my closet on a boat of air, a box, a green box. Do you intend that I speak a green box?
Aye, forsooth, I'll fetch it, Hugh. I am glad he went not well himself. If he had found the young man, he would have been hard mad.
Oh, before la fête forte shot. Oh, je me vois la cure, la grande affaire.
Is it this, sir?
Oui. Mettez in mon paquet, dépêche, quickly. There is the Naber Rugby.
What? John Rugby! What?
Here, sir!
Oh, you are Jean Rugby. Oh, you are Jacques Rugby. Come, take your rapier, and come after my heels to the court.
'Tis ready, sir. Here in the porch.
Oh, you are at the porch. By my throat, I tarry too long. Odds me, kale shibadoo-wee-wee. There is some slippers in my closet. I not feel for the world I shall leave behind.
Ay, me. He'll find the young man there and be mad.
Oh, diable. Diable, I must look into my closet. I must be over here. No, the closet is over there. We'll fix it in post. No! Dilon! Oh, that is in my closet. La Runa! Ooh, take that. Oh, rapier, thank you.
Good master, be content.
Wherefore shall I be content?
The young man is an honest man.
Oh, and I shall be an honest man. What do you do in my closet? There is no honest man shall come into my closet.
I beseech you, be not so phlegmatic. Hear the truth of it. He came of an errand to me from Parson Hugh.
Well.
I forsooth to desire her.
Peace, I pray you.
Peace of your tongue, speak of your tale.
To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to mistress and page for my master in the way of marriage.
This is all indeed, but I'll ne'er put my finger in the fire and need not.
Sir Hugh send you. Rugby, bellows me some pepper. Well, tarry, you shall a little while.
I am glad he is so quiet. If he had been thoroughly moved, you should have heard him so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do your master what you will. What good, I'll do your master what good I can. And the very yea and is no. The French doctor, my master, I may call him my master, look you, for I keep his house, and I wash and brew, bake, scour, dress meat and drink, make the beds, and do it all myself.
'Tis a great charge to come under one's body's hand.
Are you advised, know that? You shall find a great charge, and to be up early and down late, but notwithstanding to tell you in your ear, I would have no words. My master himself is in love with Mistress and Page, and notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind. That's neither here nor there.
Ah, you jackaneck. Give her this letter to Sir Hugh. By God, it is a challenge. I will cut his throat in the park, and I will teach a scurvy jackanape priest to meddle or make. You may be gone. It's not good to tarry here, by God. I will cut all his 2 stones, by God. And he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
Alas, he speaks but for his friend.
It is no matter there that. Not you telling me I shall have and the page for myself? By God, I will kill the Jacques priest, and I have appointed mine host of the Jacquier to measure your weapon. By God, I shall have a myself and a page.
Sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks here to prate what good of her.
Rugby, come to the quarter with me. By God, I have a knot and the page. Yea, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels, Rugby.
You shall have Anne, fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do. Nor can do more than I can do with her. I thank heaven. Who's within there? Ho! Who's there? I troth, come near the house, I pray you.
How now, good woman? How dost thou?
The better that it please your good worship to ask.
What news? How does pretty Anne Page?
The truth, sir, she is pretty and honest and gentle and one that is your true friend. I can tell you by that way. I praise heaven for it.
Shall I do any good, thinkest thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Troth, sir, all is in his hands above. But notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on books. She loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Oh, yes, Mary, have I? What of that?
Well, thereby hangs a tale. Good faith, it is such another Nan, but I detest an honest maid as ever broke bread. We had an hour's talk of that wort. I shall never laugh but in that maid's company, but indeed she is given too much to melancholy and musing, but for you, well, go to.
Well, I shall see her today. Hold. Oh. Aha! There is money for thee. Let me have thy voice in my behalf, if thou seest her before me. Commend thee.
Will I? In faith, that we will, and I will tell your worship more of that next time. We will have confidence and of all the wooers.
Oh, well, farewell. I am in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman, but Anne loves him not. For I know Anne's mind as well as any other does. Out upon it, what have I forgot?
What? Have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty and am now subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love you's reason for his precisian, he admits him not for his counselor. You are not young, nor no am I. Go to then their sympathy. You are merry, so am I. Ha ha. Look, there's more sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page. At the least, if the love of a soldier can suffice, that I love thee. Oh. I will not say pity me. It's not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. By me, thine own true knight. Oh my God, it rhymes. By day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might, for thee to fight, John Falstaff, who doesn't understand that poetry doesn't need to rhyme. What a Herod of Jewry is this? Oh, wicked, wicked world! One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighed behavior is this? hath this Flemish drunkard picked with the devil's name out of my conversation that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal with my mirth. Heaven forgive me. Why, I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to you. You look very ill.
Nay, I'll not believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Faith, what you do in my mind.
Well, I do then, yet I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Well, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Hang the trifle, woman. Take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it?
If I could go but to hell for an eternal moment, just so I could be so knighted.
What? Thou liest, Sir Alice, for these knights will hack, and so thou shouldst not alter the article of thy gentry.
We burn daylight. Here, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think of the worst of fat men as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking, and yet he would not swear, praised women's modesty, and gave such orderly and well-paid for proof to all uncomeliness that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words, but they do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100 psalms to the tune of Greensleeves. What tempest! I trow true his whale with so many turns of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor. Well, how shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of lust melted him in his own grease. Do you ever hear that?
Letter for letter, but the name of page and four differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter. But let thine inherit first, for I protest mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters, writ with blank verse for different names. Sure, more. And these are of the 2nd edition. He will print them out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press, when he would put us too. I had rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
This is the very hand, the very words. What does he think of us?
Girl, nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted withal. For sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding? Call you it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I. If he ever come under my hatches, I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baited delay till he hath pawned his horse to mine host of the Garter.
Okay. I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the chariness of our honesty.
Of course.
Oh, that my husband saw this letter. It would give him eternal food to his jealousy.
Oh, why look, here he comes. And my good man, too. He is far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Now let's consult together against this greasy man. Come here.
Well, I hope it be not so.
Hope is a curdled dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, she is not young.
He woos both high and low, you know. And both rich and poor, both young and old with one another. Or he loves gammelfree or perpenda.
Love my wife?
Oh, with liver burning hot. Prevent, or go thou like Sir Actaeon he, with ringwood at thy heels. Oh, odious is the name.
What name, sir?
The horn, I say. Farewell. Take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, ere summer comes or cuckoo birds do sing. Away, Sir Corporal Nym. Believe it, page, he speaks sense.
I will be patient and find this out.
And this is true. I like not the humor of lying. He hath wronged me in some humors. I should have borne the humored letter to her, but I have a sword, and it shall bite upon my necessity. He loved your wife. There's the short and the long. My name is Corporal Nym. I speak, and I avouch. 'Tis true, my name is Nym, and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu. I love not the humor of bread and cheese, and there is the humor of it. Adieu.
The humor of it? Quoth he, here's a fellow frights English out of his wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
If I do find it,
well, I will not believe such a Cathian, though a priest of the town commended him for a true man.
Was a sensible good fellow. Well,
how now, Meg?
Whither go you, George? Harky.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I melancholy? I am not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Faith, thou hast some crotchets in thy head now. Will you go, Mistress Page?
I have with you. You'll come to dinner, George.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we probably should. Shades. We're doing it live. Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this paltry night.
Trust me, I thought on her. She'll finish.
Are you come to see my daughter Anne?
I forsooth and pray. How does your good Mistress Anne?
Go in with us and see. We have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me.
Do you think there's truth in it, then?
Well, hang 'em, slaves. I do not think this knight would offer it, but these that accuse him in his intent towards our wives are a yoke of his discarded men. Very rogues. Now they be out of service.
Were they his men?
Well, Mary, were they? Mary, were they?
Oh, I like it better for that. Does he lie in the garden?
Aye, Mary, does he? If he should intend this voyage toward my wife, I would turn her loose to him. And what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Look, where my ranting host of the Garter comes, there is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse, and he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
How now, Bully Rook? Our gentleman, Cavaliero Justice, I say.
Shallow. Shallow.
That's me?
Wow. Let us say a prayer for Shallow.
We'll fix it.
You think I have page numbers? This is where I say, I follow mine host?
Yeah.
I follow mine host, I follow. Good even in 20, good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have some sport in hand. It was so exciting I couldn't leave it.
Cavaliero Justice, tell him, Bully Rook.
Sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, and Caius, the French doctor.
Good mind, host of the Garter.
What sayest thou, my Bully Rook?
Will you go with us to behold it? My merry hosts hath had the measuring of their weapons, and I think hath appointed them contrary places. For believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport will be.
So, hast thou no suit against my knight, my guest cavalier?
None, I protest, but I'll give you a bottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him and tell him my name is Brooke. Only for a jest.
Oh, okay. Well, my hand, bully, thou shalt have egress and regress. Said I well? And thy name shall be Brooke. It is a merry night. Will you go in Aries?
Have with you, mine host.
I have heard the Frenchman hath good skill in his rapier.
Tut, sir, I could have told you more. In these times you stand on distance. Your passes, staccatos, and I know not what. 'Tis the heart match, Mr. Page. 'Tis here, 'tis here. I have seen the times with my long sword. I would have made you 4 tall fellows like rats.
Here, boys, let's go.
Have with you? Now, I had rather hear them scold than fight.
Though Page be a secure fool and stands firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot pull off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there, I know not. Well, I will look into this further, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
I will retort the sum in equipage.
I will not lend you
A penny. Oh, why then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open?
Not a penny. I have been content, sir. You should lay my countenance to pawn. I have upgraded upon my good friends for 3 reprieves for you and your coach fellow Nym, or else you had looked through the grate like a Gemini of baboons. I am damned in hell for swearing to gentlemen, my friends. You were good soldiers and tall fellows, and when Mistress Bridget lost the handle of her fan, I took it upon my honor thou hadst it not.
Dost thou not share? Hast thou not 15 pence?
Reason, you rogue, reason! Think'st thou I'll endanger my soul gratis? At a word, hang no more about me. I am no gibbet for you. Go, a short knife and a throng, to your manor of pickatch, go. You'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue. You stand upon your honor, why, thou unconfinable baseness. It is as much as I can do to keep the terms of my honor precise. I myself sometimes leaving the fear of God on the left hand and hiding my honor in my necessity and fain to shuffle, to hedge, and to lurch. And yet you, rogue, will ensconce your rags, your catamountain looks, your red lattice phrases, and your bold-beating oaths under the shelter of your honor. You will not do it. You!
No, you relent. What would thou more of man?
Cleric, here is a woman would speak with you.
Let her approach.
Give your worship good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife.
Not so, and it please your worship.
Ooh, good maid then.
I'll be sworn as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer slept with me.
Oh, shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
2,000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the hearing.
There is one, Mistress Ford, sir. I pray come a little closer this way. I dwell myself with Master Dr. Caius.
well, on Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray your worship come a little nearer this way.
Well, on Mistress Ford, you say? No, I warn thee, nobody hears. Mine own people, mine own people.
Are they so? God bless them and make them his servants.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Why, sir, she is a good creature. Lord, your worship a wanton. Well, good heaven, I forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come. Mistress Ford.
Mary, This is the short and long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful. The best courtier of them all, when the court lay in Windsor, could never have brought her to such a canary. Yet there has been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches. I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk, and so rustling, I warrant you, in silk and gold, and in all such ailment terms, and in such wine and sugar and best, the fairest that would have won any woman's heart. And I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given to me this morning, but I defy all angels, and any sort as they, but in such a way but in the way of such honesty, I warrant you, they could never get so much as a sip on a cup, with the proudest of them all, and yet there has been worse, nay, which is more, pensioners, but I warrant you, all is with her.
But what says she to me? Be brief, be my good she-Mercury.
Mary, she hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be in absence from his house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11?
Mm-hmm. Aye, for a sooth, and then you may come and see the picture she said that you wrote of. Master Ford, her husband, will be home. Alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's a very jealous man. She leads a very frampled life with him, good heart.
10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well. But I have another message to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too. And let me tell you in your ear, she's as fartious a civil, modest wife, and one, I tell you, that will not miss you morning nor evening prayer as any in Windsor, whoe'er be the other, and she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom home, and she hopes there will come a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely, I think you have charms, law, yes, in truth.
Not I assure thee, setting the attraction of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Oh, blessings on your heart.
Woohoo! But I pray thee, tell me this. Has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other? How they love me?
Oh, that were jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope, that were a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all the loves. Her husband has a marvelous infection, the little page, and truly Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all the pay, go to bed when she lists, rise when she lists, all is as she will. And truly, she deserves it. For if there ever be such a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send your page to her, no remedy.
Why? I will.
Nay, but do so then, and look you, he may come and go between you both. And in any case, have nay word that you may know each other's mind, may know another's mind, and the boy never need understanding anything. For 'tis good that no children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the word.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. There's my purse. It's an IOU. I am yet thy debtor. Go, boy, along with this woman. Woohoo! This news distracts me.
This punk is one of Cupid's carriers. Clap on more sails, pursue. Up with your fights, give fire. She is my prize, or ocean whelm them all.
Sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways. I'll make more of thy old body than I have done. Will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much money, be now a gainer? Good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it be fairly done. No matter.
Sir John, there's one Master Brook below which fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and has sent your worship a morning's draught of sack.
Brook is his name? Call him in. That's still what matters. Such brooks are welcome to me that overflows such liquor. Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to Via!
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with a little preparation upon you.
You're welcome. What's your will? Give us leave, drawer.
Sir, I'm a gentleman that has spent much. My name is Brooke.
Good Master Brooke, I desire more acquaintance of you.
Oh, good Sir John, I sue for yours. Not to charge you for. I must let you understand, I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion. For they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Troth, and I have a bag of money here. Well, if you will help bear it, Sir John, take all, or half, for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing.
Speak, good Master Brooke. I shall be glad to be your servant.
Oh, sir, I hear you are a scholar. I will be brief with you, and you have been a man long known to me, though I had never so good means to desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing wherein I must very much lay open my own imperfection. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you view them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with a reproof the easier, since you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender.
Very well, sir. Proceed.
Well, there is a gentlewoman in the town. Her husband's name is Holt.
Well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest you, bestowed much upon her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could particularly give me sight of her. Not only bought many presents to give her, but have given largely to many to know that she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her, as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited, either in my mind or in my means, meed, I am sure I have received none unless experience be a jewel, that I have purchased an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love, like a shadow, flies, when substance love pursues, pursuing that flies, and flying what pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
What quality was your love then?
A fair house, built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
And I have told you that, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlarges her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations. So believe it, for you know there is money. Spend it, spend more. spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art. Win her to consent to you. If any man may, you may as soon as it.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection, that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously.
Oh, understand my drift. That she dwells so securely on that excellence of her honor, that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, could I come to her with any detection in my hand, my desires had instance and argument to commend themselves. I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other defenses which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money. Next, give me your hand. And last, as I am a gentleman, you shall. You will enjoy Ford's wife.
Oh, good sir.
I say, you shall.
Oh, want no money, Sir John. You shall want more.
Want no Mistress Ford, Master Brooke. You shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment. Even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11. For at that time, the jealous rascally knave, her husband, will be forth. Come you to me at night. You shall know how I speed.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know a Ford, sir?
Hang him, poor cuckoldly knave. I know him not. Yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say the jealous, wittly knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favored. I will use her as the key of the cuckoldry rogue's coffer, and there's my harvest fund.
I would you knew Ford, sir, that you might have bought him if you saw him.
Hang him. Mechanical salt butter rogue. I will stare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor o'er the cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, thou shalt know I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shall know him for knave and cuckold. Come to me soon at night.
What a damn Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him. The hour is fixed, the match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawed at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms. And by him that does me wrong, terms, names. Amnion sounds well. Lucifer well. Barbison well. If they are devil's additions, the names of fiends, but cuckold, whittled, cuckold. The devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass. A secure ass. You will trust his wife. He will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my aquavitae bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding than my wife with herself. Then she plots, and she ruminates, and she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may effect, they will break their hearts, but they will effect. God be praised for my jealousy! 11 o'clock the hour, I will prevent this, protect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Tackle! Tackle! Tackle!
Whoop! Jack Rugby!
Sir!
That is the clock, Jack Rugby.
'Tis past the hour, sir, and Sir Hugh promised to meet.
Oh, by God, he has saved his soul, that he is no course. He has played his pebble well, that he is no clump. By God, Jack Rugby is dead already if he be come.
He is wise, sir. He knew your worship would kill him if he came.
Oh, my God, the herring is not dead as long as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jack. I will show you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot fence.
Oh, Briana, take your rapier.
There. Oh, here's company! Company!
God bless thee, bully doctor.
God save you, Master Dr. Caius.
Now, good doctor.
Give you good morrow, sir.
Oh, hello. That be, all 1, 2, 3, 4, what you all are coming for?
Oh, to see thee fight, to see thee coin, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thee pass thy puncto, thy stop, thy reverse, thy distance, thy montant. Is he dead? My Ethiopian, is he dead? My Francisco! Ha! Bully, what says he, my Aesop? My galleon, my heart of elder? Ha! Is he dead? Bully still, is he dead?
My God, he is the coward Jack priest of the world. He has not shown his face.
Oh, the heart of Castilian King Urinal.
Yeah.
Hector of Greece, my boy.
Guards, my lord, I pray you bear witness that we have here 6 or 7, 2, 3 hours for him, and he no go.
He is the wiser man, Master Doctor. He is a curer of souls, and you a curer of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is that not true, Master Page?
Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now a man of peace.
Bodkins, Master Page, though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one. Though we are justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page, we have some salt of our youth in us. We are sons of women, Master Page.
'Tis true, Master Shallow.
It will be found so, Master Page. Master Dr. Caius, I am come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace. You have shown yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugh hath shown himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Master Doctor.
Pardon, yes, justice. A word, Monsieur Mockwater.
Mockwater, what is that?
Mockwater in our English tongue is valor, bully.
Oh, by God, then I have as much Mockwater as the Englishman. Scurvy jackdog priest. By God, me will cut his ears. Fuck.
Oh, he will clapper claw thee tightly, bully.
Oh, well, what clapper the claw? What is that?
That is, he will make thee amends.
Oh, my God, if you look, he shall clapper the claw me for by. Nah! My God, he will have it.
And I will provoke him to it or let him wag.
Oh, we thank you for that.
And moreover, but first, Master Guest and Master Page, and each Cavaliero Slender, go you through the town to Frogmore.
Sir Hugh, is he there?
He is there. See the humor he is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well?
We will do it.
Yeah. Adieu, good Master Doctor.
Adieu.
Oh, my God, killed the priest. Pray speak for the jackanap to Anna Page.
Oh, let him die. But first, sheathe thy impatience. Throw cold water on thy collar. Go about the fields with me through frog. I will bring thee her mistress and pages at a farmhouse of feasting, and thou shalt woo her. Right game, said I well?
Oh, well, by God, thank you for that. By God, I love you, and I shall procure you a good guest. Tonight, the lords, the gentlemen, my patience.
For the which I will be thy adversary toward and page, said I well?
Yeah, by God, 'tis good now, sir.
Well, let us wag then.
Oh. Come at my heels, Jack Rugby.
I pray you, good Master Slender serving man, and friend Simple by your name, which way have you looked for Master Caius that calls himself a doctor of physic?
Marry, sir, the Pity Wood, the Park Wood, every way, old Windsor way, and every way but the town way.
I most fervently desire you will also look that way.
I will, sir.
Jesus bless my soul, how full of colours I am, and trembling of my mind. I shall glad if he have deceived me. How melancholy I am. I will knog his urinals about his knave's coxcomb when I have good opportunities for the work. Bless my soul. To shine the rivers whose halls melodious birds sing, madrigals, there we will make our beds of roses, 1,000 fragrant houses, to shallow. Oh, mercy me, I have dispositions to cry. Melodious birds sing madrigals, when I sat in Babylon, and 1,000 fragrant houses.
Yonder, he is coming! This way, Sir Hugh.
You don't say. Let me pause for a moment to think of this. He's welcome. He's so welcome. I'm going to sing again. To shallow rivers whose falls heaven prosper the right, what weapons is he?
No weapons, sir. Here comes my master, Master Shallow, and another gentleman from Frogmore over the stile this way.
Hey, you give me my gown, or else keep it in your arms.
How now, Master Parson? Good morrow, good Sir Hugh. Keep a gamester from the dice and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful.
Oh, sweet Anne Page.
God save you, good Sir Hugh.
God bless you for his mercy's sake, all of you.
What? The sword and the word? Do you study them both, Master Parson?
And youthful still, in your doublet and hose this raw, rheumatic day.
There is reasons and cause of it.
We are come to you to do a good office, Master Parson.
Very well, what is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
I have lived 80 years and upward. I never heard a man of his place, gravity, and learning so wide of his own respect.
What is here?
I think you know him. Master Dr. Caius, the renowned French physician.
God will, and his passion of my heart, I had as lief you would tell me of a mess of porridge.
Why?
He has no more knowledge of Hippocrates and Galen, and he is a knave beside, a cowardly knave, as you would desire be acquainted with all.
I warrant you, he's the man should fight with him.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. Caius.
I'm here.
Nay. Good Master Parson, keep in your weapons.
So do you, good Master Doctor.
Disarm them and let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and speak our English.
I pray you let them speak a word with their ear. Were you not to meet to me?
I pray you use your patience in good time.
By God, you are the coward, the jackdog, John Ape.
I pray you let us not be laughing stocks to other men's humors. I desire you in friendship, and I will, one way or another, make you amends. I will clog your urinals and your knave's coxcomb for missing your meetings and appointments.
Diable Jack Rugby, mine host got here. I have not to say for him to kill him. I have not at a place to die appoint over there.
As I am a Christian soul, now look you, this is the place appointed. I'll be the judgment of mine host of the Garter.
Peace, 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 I say, Callion, all French and wealth, soul curer and body curer.
Right, that is very good, excellent.
After peace, I say, here mine host of the Garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No, he gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my circuit? Oh no, he gives me the proverbs and the novers. Give me thy hand terrestrial, so. Give me thy hand celestial, so. Oh, another way. So, boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Your hearts are mighty. Your skins are whole. And let burnt sack be the issue. Come lay their swords to pawn. Follow me, lads of peace. Follow! Follow!
For God, a man host. Follow, gentlemen. Follow.
Oh, we're sweet.
Follow.
Do you perceive that? Have you make me sort of us,
This is well, he has made us his flouting stock. I desire that we may be friends, and let us knock our brains together to be revenge on the same skull, scurvy, cogging companion, the host of the Garter.
My God, with all of my heart, he promised to bring me word his and the page, and by God, he deceived me too.
Well, I will smite his noddles. Pray, follow!
Nay, keep your way, little gallant. You were wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether had you rather lead mine eyes, or I your master's heels?
I had rather, forsooth, before you like a man than follow him like a wolf.
Oh, you are a flattering boy. Now I see you'll be a courtier.
Well met, Mistress Page. Whither go you?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
Aye, and as idle as she may hang together for want of company. I think if your husbands were dead, you two would marry.
Be sure of that. And 2 other husbands.
Where had you this pretty weather come?
I cannot tell what the dickens his name is. My husband had him up. What do you call your knight's name, Sirrah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff.
I can never hit on's name. There is such a league between my goodman and he. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed she is.
By your leave, sir. I am sick till I see her. Come on.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure, they sleep. He hath no use of them. Why, this boy will carry a letter 20 mile as easy as a cannon will shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination. He gives her folly motion an advantage, and now she's going to my wife, and Falstaff's boy with her. A man may hear this shower sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnations. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so-seeming Mistress Page, divulge Page himself for a secure and willful action, and to these violent proceedings, all my neighbors shall cry aid. Bong, bong, bong. The clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bid me search, for I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this than mocked, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is here.
myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break with her for more money than I'll speak of.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill, Father Fenton.
Oh, you have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you, but my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
And Berger, in the maid love of me, I'll make a nurse quickly tell me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton? I mean, he capers, he dances, he has eyes of youth, and writes verses, he speaks holidays, smells of April. Hey, you'll carry it. He will carry it. In his buttons, he will carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild prince and coins. He is of too high a regent. He knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you, heartily, some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport. Oh, I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go, so shall you, Master Page, and so shall you, sir, you.
Well, fare you well. We shall have the freer wooing at Master Page's.
Hey, go home and join the rugby. I come anon.
Farewell, my heart. I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary.
I think I shall drink in pipe wine first with him. I'll make a dance. Will you go, gentles?
Have you with you to see this monster? Yes.
Monster.
What, John? What, Robert?
Quickly, is the buff fast?
I warrant. What, Robin? I say.
Come.
Here, set it down.
Give your men the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, John and Robert, be ready here, hard by in the brew house, and when I suddenly call you, come forth and, without any pause or staggering, take this basket on your shoulders. That's done. Trudge with it in all haste and carry it among the whisters into Dashik Mead, and there, empty it into the muddy ditch close by the Thames side.
Okay. You will do it.
I had told them over and over they lacked no direction. Be gone, and come when you're called.
Here comes little Robin.
How now, my eyes must get what news with you.
My master, Sir John, is come in at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little Jacqueline, have you been true to us?
Aye, I'll be sworn my master knows not of your being here, and hath threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Thou'rt a good boy. This secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide me.
Okay, do so. Go tell thy master I'm alone. All right, hold on. I was posing. Mistress Page, remember your cue.
I warn thee, if I do not act, hiss.
Hiss. Go do that. We'll use this unwholesome humidity. It's this gross, watery pumpkin. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays. Oh, God.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Sweet Sir John!
Mistress Ford, I cannot cog, I cannot prate, Mistress Ford. Now shall I sin in my wish? I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best Lord. I would make thee my lady.
I, your lady, Sir John? Oh, alas, I shall be a pitiful lady.
Let the court of France show me another. I see how thine eye would emulate a diamond. Thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship tire, the tire valiant, any tire of Venetian admittance.
A plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that well neither.
By the Lord, thou art a tyrant to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to the gait in a semicircle farthingale. I see what thou wert. If fortune thy foe were not, nature thy friend, come. Thou canst not hide it.
Oh, believe me, there's no such thing in me.
Oh, what made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that, like a many of these lisping hawthorn buds that come, like women in men's apparel and smell like Bucklesbury in simple time. I cannot, but I love thee. None but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Thou mightst as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln.
Well, heaven knows I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Keep in that mind, I'll deserve it.
Oh, nay, I must tell you. So you do, or else I could not be in that mind.
Mistress Ford, here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would need speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I will, ensconce me behind the heiress.
Yes. Pray you do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford! Oh, what have you done? Oh, you're shamed! You're overthrown! You're undone forever!
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well, a day, Mistress Ford, for having an honest man to your husband to give him such cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
Oh, what cause of suspicion out upon you? How am I mistook in you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house.
Ew.
By your consent to take an ill advantage of his absence. You are undone.
Oh, 'tis not so, I hope.
Pray heaven it be not so, that you have such a man here, but 'tis most certain your husband's coming, with half Windsor at his heels to search for such a one. I come before to tell you, if you know yourself clear, why I am glad of it, but if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not amazed. Call all your senses to you, defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever.
What shall I do? There is a gentleman, dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than £1,000 he were out of this house.
For shame! Never stand you had rather, and you had rather. Your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance. In the house you cannot hide him. Oh, how you have deceived me. Look, here is a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw foul linen upon him as if it were going to bucking. Or, it is whiting time, send him by your 2 men to Datchet Mead.
Well, he's too big to go in there. What shall I
me seize, let me seize. I'll in. Follow your friend's counsel, I'll in.
What? Sir John Falstaff? Oh, are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never...
Help to cover your master, boy. And call your men, Mistress Ford. You dissembling knight.
What? John! Robert! John! Go. Take these clothes here quickly. Where's the cow step? Look how you drumble. Carry them in the laundress to Dutch at me. Quickly. Come. This is normal. Take it.
Pray you, come near. If I suspect, without cause, why then make sport of me, then let me be your jest. I deserve it. How now? Whither bear you this?
To the laundress, forsooth.
Why, what have you to do with it? They bear it. You were best meddled with buckwater.
Buck! I would like to wash myself with the buck. Buck! 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 Aye, buck! I warn you, bucket of the season 2, it shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here. My keys. Here are my keys. Ascend my chambers. Search, seek, find out. I'll warrant. We'll unkennel the fox. Let me stop this way first. So now, unking.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen. You shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
Is it? This very fantastical humours and jealousies.
Berger, 'tis ne'er the fashion of France, it is not a jealous France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not what pleases me better, that my husband is deceived or Sir John.
What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
I am half afraid he will have need of washing, so throwing him in the water will do him a benefit.
Oh, hang him, the dishonest rascal. I would all of the same strain were in the same distress.
I think my husband had some special suspicion of Falstaff's being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now.
My husband's better. I will lay a plot to try that, and we will yet have more truthful Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine. Oh my God, what?
Shall we send that foolish Arian, Mistress quickly to him and excuse his throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him another punishment?
We will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
I cannot find him. I Maybe he bragged that he could not compass.
You use me well, Master Ford, do you?
I do so.
Heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
If there had any body in the house and in the chambers and in the coffers and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
Begad, nor do I. There is no bodies.
Fie, Master Ford, are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil suggests this imagination? I would not have your distemper in this kind for the wealth of Windsor Castle.
It is my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer, poor bad conscience. Your wife is as honest as her omens, as I desire among 5,500.
My God, I see, 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I have promised you a dinner. Come, a walk in the park. I pray you, pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, Mistress Page, I pray you, pardon me.
Now let's go in, gentlemen, but trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After a well of birding together, I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
If there is one, I shall make two in the company. If there be one or two, I shall make a turn.
Pray you go, Master Page.
Make a turn. I pray you now remembrance. Tomorrow on the lousy name mine host.
That is good, my God, with all of my heart.
A lousy name to have his jibes and his mockeries he exits.
And I will follow.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore no more turn me to him, sweet man.
Alas, how then?
Why, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that my state being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these, other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible. I should love thee, but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No, heaven so speed me in my time to come. Howbeit, I will confess, thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, Anne. Yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps in gold or sums in sealed bags, and 'tis the very riches of thyself that now I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love, still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it, why then hark you hither.
Break their talk, mistress, quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
I'll make a shaft or a bolt on it, so it is but venturing.
Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that, but that I am afeard.
Harkye, Master Slender, harkye! Harkye, Master Slender would a word with you.
I come to him.
The world of vile ill-favored folks looks handsome in 300 pounds of years. And how does good Master Fenton? Pray you a word with you.
She's coming, cuz. Oh, boy, thou hadst a father.
I had a father, Mistress Anne. My uncle can tell you good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest of how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen. Good uncle.
Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
Aye, that I do. As well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
Aye, that I will. Come cut and long tail under the degree of esquire.
He will make you 150-pound jointure.
Good Master Shallow. Let him woo for himself.
Mary, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you, cuz. I'll leave you.
Now, Master Slender, and now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? Odds hardlings, that's a pretty jest indeed. I ne'er made my will yet, I thank heaven. I am not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
No, I mean, Master Slender, what would you give me?
Truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle have made motions. If it be my luck, so. If not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father. Here he comes.
Now, Master Slender. Love him, daughter Anne. Why? How now? What does Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir, this still to haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of. Oh, sorry.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
She is no match for you.
Oh, sir, will you not hear me?
No, good Master Fenton, come. Master Shallow, come. Son Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton.
Mistress Page. Good Mistress Page! For that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do. Perforce, against all checks, rebukes, and manners, I must advance the colors of my love, and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Oh, good mother, do not marry me to yond fool. I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doc.
Yes.
Oh, alas, I'd rather be set quick in the earth and bold to death with turnips.
Oh, come, trouble not yourself. Good Master Fenton, I will not be your friend, nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you. Shade. And as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. She must needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, man.
This is my doing. Nay, said I. Will you cast away your child on a fool in a physician? Look on you, Master Fenton. This is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee, once tonight, give my sweet man, this ring. Oh, and, there's for thy pains.
Now heaven send thee good fortunes.
Thank you.
A kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. But yet I would my master had Mistress Anne. Or I would Master Slender had her. Or, in sooth, I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for all three. But I have promised, and I'll be as good as my word, but speciously for Master Fenton. Well, I must on another errand for John Falstaff from my two mistresses. Oh, what a beast am I to slack for it.
Bardolph, I say! Here, sir! Go fetch me a quart of sack and put a toast in. Have I lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal? And to be thrown in the Thames? And I be served such another trick. I'll have my brains ta'en out and buttered, and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogues slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch's puppies. 15 in the litter, and you may know by my size that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had been drowned, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow. The death that I abhor, for the water swells a man. And what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled? I should have a mountain of mummy.
Here's the mistress quickly.
Here's the mistress quickly, sir.
To speak with you.
Come, sir, let me pour some sack into the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I had swallowed a snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Call her in.
Come in, woman!
By my leave, I cry you mercy. Give your worship good morrow.
Take away these chalices. Go, brew me a pottle of sack finely.
With egg, sir?
Simple of itself. I'll no pullet sperm in my brewage. How now?
Marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford? I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I have my belly full of Ford.
Oh, alas the day! Good heart, that was not her fault. She does so take on with her men. They mistook their erection.
So did I mine to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Oh, well, she laments, sir, for it. That it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding. She desires you once more to come to her between 8 and 9. I must carry her word quickly. She'll make amends to you, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her, tell her so, and bid her think what a man is. Let her consider his frailty, and then judge of my merit.
I will tell her.
Do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
Well, be gone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
I marvel I hear not of Master Brooke. He sent me word to say within. I like his money well. Here he comes.
Bless you, sir.
How, Master Brooke? You come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife?
Well, that indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Brooke, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favoredly, Master Brooke.
How so, sir? Did she change her determination?
No, Master Brooke, but the peaking cornetto, her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in continual alarm of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and, as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy, and at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth, to search his house for his wife's love.
What, while you were there?
Well, I was there.
Did he search for you and could not find you?
You shall hear. As good luck would have it. Comes in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket?
Oh, by the Lord, a buck basket! Rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, that Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
Oh, nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke. What I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good, being thus crammed into the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked for fear, lest the lunatic knave would have searched it, but fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rot and bellwether. Next, to be compassed like a good bilbo in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of that. A man of my kidney. Think of that. That am as subject to heat as butter. A man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle to escape suffocation. And in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease, like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled, glowing hot, in that surge, like a horseshoe. Think of that, hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke.
In good sadness, I am sorry for my sake you have suffered all this. My suit then is desperate. You'll undertake her no more.
Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna, as I have been into Thames. Ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I receive from her another embassy of meeting. Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Brooke.
It is past 8 already, sir.
Is it? I will then address me to my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed. And the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold forge.
Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford, awake! Awake, Master Ford! There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. 'Tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen and buck baskets. Though I will proclaim myself what I am, I will not take the lecture. He is at my house. He cannot escape. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse nor into a pepper box. But least the devil that guides him should aid him. I will search impossible places. Though what I am I cannot avoid. Yet to be what I would not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, proverb go with me, I'll be horn mad!
Is he at Master Ford's already, thinkst thou?
Sure he is by this, or will be presently, but truly, he is very courageous mad about being thrown in the water. Mrs. Ford desires you come suddenly.
I'll be with her by and by. I'll but bring my young man here to school. Look, where his master comes, 'tis a playing day, I see. How now, Sir Hugh? No school today?
No, Master Slender has let the boys leave to play.
Blessings of his heart.
Sir Hugh, my husband says my son profits nothing in the world at his book. I pray you ask him some questions in his
Accidents?
Whatever that word is.
I'll take either. Come hither, William. Hold up your head, come.
Come on, Sirrah. Hold up your head. Answer your master. Be not afraid.
William, how many number is in noun?
2. Truly, I thought there had been one number more because they say odds nouns.
Peace, you prattlings! What is fair?
Polecat. Polecats! Oh, there are fairer things than polecats.
You are the very simplicity, woman. I pray you. Peace! What is lapis?
A stone.
What is a stone, William?
A pebble.
No, it is lapis. I pray you, remember in your prayer.
Lapis.
That is good, William. What is he, William, that does lend articles?
Articles are borrowed of the pronoun and thus declined singulariter nominativo hic haec hoc.
Nominativo hic haec hoc. Pray you, Mark. Genitivo huges. Well, what is your accusative here?
Accusativo pink.
I pray you. Have your remembrance, child. Accusativo. Hang! Hang!
Hang hog!
Ah!
Hang hog is Latin for bacon, I warrant you.
Leave your brabbles, woman. What is the vocative case, William?
Oh, vocativo. Oh.
Remember, William, vocative.
And that's a good root.
For peace. What is your genitive case, plural, William?
Genitive case. Genitivo. Aurum, aurum, aurum. Measures of Ginny's case by on her. Never name her child if she be a whore.
Oh, shame, woman.
You do ill to teach the child such words. He teaches him to hick and hack which they'll do fast enough themselves to call Horum! Fie upon you!
Woman, art thou lunatic? Hast thou no understandings for the cases and numbers of genders? Thou art as foolish Christian creatures as I would desire!
Prithee, hold thy peace.
Show me now, William. Some declensions of your pronoun.
Forsooth, I have forgot.
It is. Wait. Whoa. Wait. Whoa. If you forget your quees, your quays, and your quads, you must be preachers. Go, you waves and play. Go.
He is a better scholar than I thought he was.
He has a good sprag memory. Farewell, Mistress Page.
Adieu, good Sir Hugh. Get you home, boy. Come. Don't stay too long. This way. What ho? Gossip Ford? What ho? Oh, I skipped a bunch of stuff. I hope that gets edited out.
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth, not only, Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a birding, sweet Sir John.
What ho? Gossip Ford? What ho?
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home beside yourself?
None but mine own people.
Oh, indeed.
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman, your husband is in his old lines again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses all Eve's daughters of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience to this his distemper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here.
Why? Does he talk of him?
Of none but him, and swears he was carried out the last time he searched for him in a basket. Protests to thy husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of his suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here. Now he shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by, at street end. He will be here anon.
I am undone. The knight is here.
Why, you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman are you! Away with him! Away with him! Better shame than murder. Murder!
But which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him in the basket again?
No.
Oh!
I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere he come?
Alas! 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out, otherwise you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here?
What shall I do? I'll creep up the chimney?
They always use those to discharge their burning pieces.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Creep into the kiln.
Where is it?
Oh, he will seek there, on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by his note. There is no hiding you in this house.
I'll go out then.
If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John.
Die.
Unless you go out disguised.
How might we disguise them?
Alas the day, I know not. There is no woman's gown big enough for him. Otherwise, he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity rather than a mischief.
Oh! My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brainford, has a gown above.
Oh, on my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is. And there's her thrummed hat and her muffler, too. Run up, Sir John.
Go, Sir John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your hair.
Quick, quick. We'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brainford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Oh, heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterward.
But is my husband coming?
Oh, aye, in good sadness he is. Talks at the basket, too, howsoever he hath had intelligence.
We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it as they did the last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the witch of Brainford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof by that which we will do. Wives may be merry, and yet honest, too. We do not act that often jest and laughed. 'Tis old but true. Still swine eats all the draught.
Go, sir, take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door. If he bids you set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
Oh, come, take it up.
Pray heaven it be not full of night again.
Oh, I hope not. I had leave with Bear as much to leave.
Aye. But if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain. Somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket. Oh, you pandering rascals. There's a knot, a gang, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What wife, I say? Come forth, behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching.
Why, this passes, Master Ford. You are not to go lose any longer. You must be pinioned.
Why, this is lunatics! This is as mad as a mad dog!
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well indeed.
Oh, so say I too, sir. Come hither, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath the jealous fool of her husband. I suspect, without cause, mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness you do, and if you suspect me in my dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face! Hold it out. Come forth, Sirrah.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
Oh, I shall find you anon.
It's unreasonable! Will you take up your wife's clothes and come away?
No, empty the basket, I say.
Oh, why, man? Why?
I don't know.
Master Page. Master Page, as he is a man, there is one conveyed.
Oh, here it is. Rather, thank you.
And I'm the dishonest.
Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again in my house? I am sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen.
If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death.
Here's no man.
By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you.
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousies.
Well, he's not here that I seek.
Oh?
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
Help to search my house this one time. If I find out what I seek, show no color for my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Let them save me as jealous as Ford that searched a hollow walnut for his wife's leman. Satisfy me once more. Search with me.
What ho, Mistress Page! Calm you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman's that?
Why, it's my maid's Aunt of Brayford.
A witch. A queen. An old cousin queen. Oh. Have I not forbid her in my house? She comes of errands, does she? You're simple men. You do not know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure in such dowry as this beyond our element. We know nothing. Come down, you witch! Hag! Come down, I say!
Oh, dear. No, good sweet husband. Good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman.
Come, Mother Pratt, come. Give me your hand.
Oh, I'll brat her out of my door, you witch. Oh, you drag, you baggage, you polecat, you runion. Out. I conjure you. Fortune tell you.
Auntie, love you.
Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
I'll hang her, witch.
Oh, yeah, no, I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great beard. I spy a great beard under his muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open it.
Let's obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Oh, trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass that he did not, he beat him most unpitifully, methought.
I'll have the cudgel hallowed, hung o'er the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
The spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him. If the devil have him not in fee simple with fine and recovery, he will never, I think, in the way of waste, attempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we have served them?
Yes, by all means. If it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brains. If they can find in their hearts the poor unvirtuous fat knight shall be any further afflicted, we too will still be the ministers.
I'll warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there will be no period to the jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come, to the forge with it, then shape it. I would not have things cool.
Sir, the Germans desire to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they are going to meet him.
What Duke should that become so secretly? I hear not of him in the court. Let me speak with the gentleman. They speak English?
Aye, sir. I'll call them to you.
Oh, they shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll sauce them. They have had my house a week at command. I've turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll sauce them. Come.
It's one of the best expressions of a woman there I just look upon.
And did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Pardon me, wife.
What?
Henceforth, do what thou wilt. I rather will spend the sun with cold than thee with wetness. Now doth thy honor stand in him that was of late a heretic as firm as faith.
'Tis well no more, but be not as extreme in submissions as in offense. Let our clock go forward. Let our wives yet once again to make us public sport. Appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
Well, there's no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To send him word they'll meet him at the park at midnight? Fie. He'll never come.
You say he has been thrown in the rivers and has been grievously beaten as an old woman. Methinks there should be terrors in him, that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desire.
So think I too.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither.
There is an old tale goes that Herne the hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor Forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk around about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle and makes milk kine yield blood and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know the superstitious idle-headed elf received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the hunter for a truth.
Why, yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this?
Marry, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us, disguised like Herne, with huge horns on his head.
Well, let it not be doubted but he'll come. And in this shape, when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot?
That likewise we have thought upon, and thus. Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth, will dress like urchins, fays, and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tapers on their heads, and rattles in their hands. Upon a sudden, as Falstaff, she and I are moving that, let them from forth a saw-pit rush at once with some diffused songs. Upon their sight, we too, in great amazementness, will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths he dares to tread in shape of cocaine.
Until he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch his sound and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, discorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
Well, the children must be practiced well for this, or they'll never do it.
I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackate also, to burn the night with my taper.
That would be excellent. I'll go by them visits.
My Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white.
That silk will I go by. And in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go, send a Falstaff string.
Nay, I'll go to him again in my name of Rook. He'll tell me all his purpose. Sure, he'll come.
Fear not you that. Go get us properties and tricking for our fairies.
Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures, and very honest Naber is.
Go, Mistress Ford. Send quickly to Sir John to know his mind.
Okay.
I'll to the doctor. He hath my goodwill, and none but he to marry Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot. And he, my husband, best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he, shall have her. Off I go.
What wouldst thou have for? What? Thick skin. Speak. Breathe. Discuss. Brief. Short. Quick. Snap.
Very soon I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
Well, there's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. Just painted that with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go, knock, and call. He'll speak like an anthropophagian unto thee. Knock.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up to his chamber. I'll be so bold to stay, sir, till she come down, and come to speak with her indeed.
A fat woman? The night may be rough. I'll call. Bully Knight! Bully Sir John! Speak from thy lungs, military. Art thou there? It is thine host. Thy Ephesian calls.
Hello, mine host.
Ah, here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of my fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie, privacy, fie!
There was mine host, an old fat woman even now with me, but she's gone.
Pray you, sir, was not the wise woman of Brainford.
Aye, Mary, was it, muscle shell? What would you with her?
My master, sir, my master Slender, sent to her, seeing her go through all these streets to know, sir, whether one nymph, sir, that beguiled him of a chain had the chain or no.
I spoke with the old woman about it.
What she says? What says she? I pray, sir.
Mary, she says that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his train cozened him of it.
I would I could have spoken with the woman herself. I had other things to have spoken with her too from him.
What are they? Let us know.
Aye, come quick.
I may not conceal them, sir.
Oh, conceal them or thou diest.
Why, sir, they were nothing but about Mistress and Page to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no.
Tis his fortune.
What's it?
To have her or no. Go, say the woman told me so.
May I be bold to say so, sir?
Aye, sir. Like who more bold?
I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these tidings.
Oh, thou art clerkly, Sir John. So a wise woman with thee?
Aye, that there was, mine host, one that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning.
Oh, alas, sir, cousinage, mere cousinage!
And where be my horses? Speak well of them, Varletto.
Run away with the cousiners, for so soon have I come beyond Eton. They threw me off from behind one of them in a slough of mire and set spurs away like some 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Physicists!
They are gone but to meet the Duke, villain. Do not say they be fled. Germans are honest men.
Where is my host?
Oh, what is the matter, sir?
Have a care of your entertainments. There is a friend of mine come to town. Tells me there is 3 cousin Germans that is cousined all the hosts of the Reddings, of Maidenhead, of Collybrook, of houses and money. I tell you, for your good will, look you, you're wise and full of jibes and flouting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cousined. Fare you well.
Ah, there is mine host in a chatier.
Here, Master Doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma.
I cannot tell that is that, but I can tell you, that you make a grand preparation for a Duke de Chamonix. By my troth, there is no Duke in the court. It is no to come. I will tell you for goodwill. Adieu.
Hugh and cry, villain, go! Assist me, knight, I am undone! Fly, run, Hugh and cry, villain, I am undone!
I would all the world might be cousin, for I have been cousined and beaten too. If it should come to the ear of the court how I have been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop, and liquor fishermen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at Primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Now, whence come you?
From the 2 parties, forsooth.
The devil take one party and his damn the other. And so they shall be both bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear.
And have not they suffered? Yes, I warrant, speciously one of them, Mistress Ford.
Oh.
Good heart is beaten, black and blue, that you cannot see one spot of white upon her.
What telleth me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colors of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brainford. But that admirable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me. The knave constable has set me in the stocks, in the common stocks, for a witch.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here, oh, I dropped it, but here. It's a letter. Here is a letter will say somewhat. Good hearts, what ado here is to bring you together. Sure, one of you does not serve heaven well, that you are so crossed.
Come up into my chamber.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all.
Yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose. And as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee 100 pounds in gold more than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will, at least, keep your counsel.
Well, from time to time, I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair and page, who mutually hath answered my affections, so far forth as herself might be her chooser, even to my wish. I have a letter from her of such content as you will wonder at, the mirth whereof so larded with my matter that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene, the image of the jest I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host, tonight at Hearn's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. The purpose why is here, in which disguise, while other jests or something rank on foot, her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother, even strong against that match and firm for Dr. Caius, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away, while all other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery, where a priest attends, straight away marry her. To this her mother's plot, she, seemingly obedient, likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now, thus it rests. Her father means she shall be all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time to take her by the hand and bid her go, she will go with him. Her mother hath intended the better to denote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and vizarded, that quaint in green she shall be loose enrobed, with ribbons pendant flaring about her head. And when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand, and on that token the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Which means she to deceive, father or mother?
Ha! Both, my good host, to go along with me. Oh, and here it rests that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church, twixt 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying, to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband, your device. I'll to the vicar. Bring you the maid, and you shall not lack a priest.
So shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll have a present recompense.
Prithee, no more prating. Go. I'll hold. This is the 3rd time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Oh, wait, go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death.
I'll provide you a chain, and I'll do what I can for a pair of horns.
Away, I say, time wears. Hold up your head and mince. Well, now, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight, or never. Be you in the park about midnight at Hearn's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Oh, went you not to her yesterday, sir? You told me you had a point.
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man. But I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. The same knave Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Brooke, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously in the shape of a woman. For in the shape of man, Master Brooke, I fear not Goliath with a weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me. I'll tell you all, Master Brooke. Since I plucked geese, played truant, and whipped top, I knew not what 'twas to be beaten till lately. Follow me. I'll tell you strange things of this knave Ford, on whom, tonight I will be revenged. And I will be delivered, and I will deliver his wife unto your hand. Huh? Follow! Strange things in hand, Master Brooke, Follow!
Come. We'll couch in the castle ditch till we see the light of our fairies. Remember, son Slender, my daughter.
Aye, forsooth, I have spoke with her, and we have a nay word, how to know one another. I come to her in white and cry, Mum, and she cries, Budget, and by that we know one another.
That's good too, but what needs either your mum or your budget? The white will decipher her well enough. It hath struck 10 o'clock.
The night is dark, light and spirits will become it well. Heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. That's the way. Come on, follow me.
Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the hand, away with her to the deanery, and dispatch it quickly. Go before into the park. We two must go together.
I know that I have to do. Adieu.
Fare you well, sir. My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. But 'tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Where is Nan now and her troop of fairies, and the Welsh devil Hugh?
They are all couched in a pit hard by Hurry's Oak with obscured lights, which at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the night.
That cannot choose but amazing.
If he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked.
We'll betray him finally.
Against such lewdsters and their lechery, those that betray them do no treachery.
Oh, the hour draws on. Oh, to the oak!
To the oak!
To the oak!
To the oak! Change my shoes!
Trip, fairies, come! And remember your parts, be bold! I pray you, nobody's out here with me all sorrow. Follow me into the pit, and when I give the watchword, do as I bid you. Come, Trip!
The Windsor bell has struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember me, Jove, thou wast a bull for thy Europa. Love set on thy horns. Oh, powerful love that in some respects makes a beast a man, in some other a man a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. Omnipotent love. How near the gods drew to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast. Oh, Jove, a beastly fault. And then another fault in the semblance of a fowl. Think on't, Jove, a foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? For me, I am here a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, in the forest. Send me a cool rat time, Jove, for who can blame me to piss my tallow? Who comes here? My dove?
Sir John! Are you there, my dear? My male dear?
Oh my God!
my dough with the black scut. Let the sky rain potatoes. Let it thunder to the tune of green sleeves, hail kissing comfits and snow erringos. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Mistress Pages, come with me, sweetheart.
Divide me like a bribed buck, each a haunch. I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of this walk, and my horns I bequeath your husband. Am I a woodman, huh? Speak I like Herne the hunter? Why now is Cupid a child of conscience, he makes a restitution. As I am a true spirit, welcome.
Alas! What noise?
Heaven forgive our sins!
Oh no!
What should this be?
Away!
I think the devil would not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus.
Fairies, black, gray, green, and white, your moonshine revelers and shades of night, you orphans heirs of destiny, attend your office and make your quality. Crier, hobgoblin, make the fairy elves.
Elves, lift your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket, to Windsor chimneys shalt thou leap, where fires thou findest unraked and hearths unswept. There pitch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery.
Fairies, he that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch, no man their works must I.
Where's bidder go you, and where you find a maid, there she sleep has thrice oppressed, and raise up the organs of a fantasy. Sleep is sound as careless infancy. But those that sleep and think might not be their sins, pitch them arms and legs. In other words that were written a long time ago, pitch them on their shoulders and backsides and buttocks and shins.
About Sir Windsor Castle elves and within and out strew good luck oaks, and on every sacred room that it may stand till perpetual doom. In state as wholesome as in states is fit, worthy the owner and owner it. The several chairs of orders look you scour with juice of balm and every precious flower, each fair installment coat and several crest, with loyal blazing, evermore be blessed, and nightly meadow fairies, you sing, like to the Garter compass in a ring. The exposure that it bears, green let it be, more fertile, fresh than all the field to see. And Ponsoy, Ki, Mali, Pons, right in emerald turfs, flowers purple, blue, and white, like sapphire, pearl, and rich embroidery buckled below, fair knighthood bending knee. Fairies use flowers for their charactery. Away! Disperse! But till 1 o'clock, our dance custom round about the oak, from Herne the hunter, let us not forget.
Pray you look hand in hand yourself in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to guide our measures around the tree. But stay! I smell a man of Middle Earth.
Heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me into a piece of cheese.
The vile worm, thou wast o'erlooked even at thy birth.
With trial fire, touch me with this fingered end, that he be chased, the flame will back descend, and turn him to no pain. But if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
A trial, come!
Come, will this wood take fire?
Tainted in desire, about him, fairies, sing a scornful rhyme, and as you trip, still pitch him to your time.
Triumphant for fantasy, fire, lust, and luxury, Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire. By his bed in fame is a choir, and those who know them higher. Kitchen fairies, kitchen boys,
Pinch him and burn him! Till candles of starlight and moonshine be out!
Nay, do not fly. I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
I pray you come. Hold up the jest no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives? See you these husbands. Do not these fair yokes become the forest better than the town?
No, sir, who's a cuckold now? Oh, Master Brooke, Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldy knave. Here are his horns. Master Brooke, and Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of fords but this buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it, Master Brooke.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you mine.
I do begin to perceive that I am made an ass.
And an ox, too. But the proofs are excellent.
And these are not fairies? I was 3 or 4 times in the thought they were not fairies. And yet the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may be made a jack-o'-lantern when 'tis upon ill employment.
Sir John Falstaff, serve God, and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you.
Well said, Fairy Hugh.
And leave your jealousies too, I pray you.
I will never mistrust my wife again till thou art able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross o'erreaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh goat, too? Shall I have a coxcomb of a frieze? 'Tis time I were choked with a piece of toasted cheese.
Cease it no good to give putter your belly. Is all putter.
Cease, putter. Have I lived to stand at the taunt of one that makes fritters of English? This is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm.
Why, Sir John, do you think, though we would have thrust virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, that ever the devil could have made you our delight? Oh, God.
What a hodge pudding. Oh, a bag of flax.
A puffed man.
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
I'm one that is as slender as the Satan.
Oh, and as poor as Job.
And as wicked as his wife.
And given to fornications, and to taverns, and sack, and wine, and methaglins, and to the drinkings, and swearings, and stirrings, and fribbles, and brabbles.
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am dejected. I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet o'er me. Use me as you will.
Marry, sir, we'll bring you to Windsor, to one Master Brooke that you have cozened of money and to whom you should have been a pander. Over and above that you have suffered, I think to repay that money will be a biting.
Yet be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife, that now laughs at thee. Tell her, Master Slender has married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Anne Page be my daughter, she is by this Dr. Caius' wife.
Whoa, Father Page.
Son, how now? Well, how now, son? Have you dispatched?
Dispatched? I'll make the best in Gloucestershire know on it. Would I were hanged, law elf.
Of what, son?
I came yonder to Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great lubberly boy. If it had not been in the church, I would have swinged him, or he should have swinged me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, I might never stir. And 'tis a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, you took the wrong?
When need you tell me that? I think so when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him, for all he was in women's apparel, I would not have had him.
Why, this is your own folly. Did I not tell you how you should know my daughter, by her garments?
I went to her in white and cried, Mum, and she cried, Budget, as Anne and I had appointed. And yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Good George, be not angry. I knew of your purpose, turned my daughter into green, and indeed she is now with the doctor at the deanery, and there married.
There is Mistress Page! My God, I am a cousin. I am married to a garçon, a boy, peasant, by God, a boy. It is not Anne Page, by God, I am a cousin.
Why did you take her in green?
Hey, by God, but 'tis a boy. Begone! I'll raise all of Windsor! Ah!
This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father, good mother, pardon.
Now, Mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
Why went you not with Master Doctor, maid?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, where there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is wholly that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous title, since therein she doth abitate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Oh, stand not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love, the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and lives are sold by debt.
I am glad that you have taken a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton heaven, give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us every one go home and laugh this sport o'er by country fire. Sir John and all.
So be it. Sir John, to Master Brooke, you yet shall I hold your word for. He tonight shall lie with Mistress Lord.
Oh, yay! Yay! Oh, curtain call, curtain call. Okay. Yay!